Hey, I'm Ron Kernyewan. I'm a production designer for Warner Animation Group. I production designed the latest Smallfoot movie out of it. A production designer basically designs holistically what the movie could look like. So we take the written word from the script and we create a visual language out of it. And we're usually the first ones on, or one of the first artists on. So we pitch the idea, we create a look, we create mood boards, we create inspiration art, and we pitch it back to the director and the studios so that they can see what the world looks like. Production designer basically holistically, like I said, design the movie. It's almost like giving a flavor profile. An art director comes in and they kind of handle more of the art team, while the production designer with the VFX suit handle the rest of the production. So taking the artwork and creating it into a reality is what we usually do. So we go more into the modeling, surfacing, lighting and effects and CFX into it. And the art director helps along the process, but their main goal is to help me with the art team get to where we need to get. Usually with a strong voice, a strong visual language, and also a way to communicate those ideas clearly and effectively to the art team, to the modeling team, to the surfacing, and also to executives as well, what you want to convey. So it's half creative and the other half is more managerial, I would say. But in order for you to become a PD, usually you start out being an art director. So you should have all the strong art skills, but then now moving it up, you have to basically the talking head out of the art group. I didn't come through the ordinary route where you go to college and you wanted to become in animation. I actually started out as an editorial illustrator. So my pathway started from fine art to even magazines. So I did a lot of like New Yorkers, New York Times, LA Times. And I did that for years until I started doing commercials where instead of static imagery, I went into moving imagery. And from that point, with the short format, with all the freelance route, I actually got a gig at DreamWorks starting out into a long format animated stuff. And I started out as a biz dev artist, worked that for 5 years, and then I became an art director for a couple of movies that didn't make it to the screen. But other than that, after those movies, I finally got a shot to production design. And luckily, the first movie that I PD'd actually got it onto screen, which is Smallfoot. So my pathway kind of meandered through your untraditional route. Something interesting is that usually a lot of people actually don't know what production designer does. I would suggest honing your craft and the love of it, drawing and painting consistently, creating your own stories. Usually, like I said, my path wasn't, I wanted to be a production designer. I actually wanted to be something else. And I did that, and the path kind of led me to other things. But the one overall goal that I had was to create imagery. And I would suggest anyone that's new coming into it, you better love what you do, because you're going to be asked to do it over and over again. So that passion and drive still has to be there 10 years, 20 years, 30 years later, depending on how long you're going to be in the industry. So I would say just love what you do and you're going to get hired for it. For me, the storytelling element is honestly everything that you do, from characters to environments, has to propel the story forward. So a character, which I really love to do, to pitch as well, but also is one of the most difficult, is to get a character that's iconic, that fulfills the story needs and appeal to the masses. That's the difficult part of characters. The difficult part of environments is, does it support the story? Can the story go here? So everything that you do, even to the color, and we storytell with color as well. So what I like to do, and if you do watch Smallfoot, is like I attach colors to the character. So whenever a character comes into the scene, that color is evident in there. So if a main character, if I attach a white light to him or her, then white starts to infiltrate the scene. Depending on if it's like, for instance, like Migo in Smallfoot, his heroic sequences are always golden colors. So the times that he will persevere, the golden light will come in. So things like that, even to the color, is what we focus on. So attention to detail is what we do.